Okay, welcome back to the channel, everyone. We are live. I am joined today by very special guests, Eseck and Albert, the founders, or at least two of the founders of subnet number 16 BitAds on the Bittensor TAO network. So, first of all, thank you very much to both of you for taking the time to have a conversation today, guys. Maybe
Thank
just
you
by
too.
way of
Thank you too.
yeah, a pleasure. Maybe just by way of introduction, we could get a little bit of a background on each of you. Maybe just briefly tell us about your own journey into crypto and then BitTensor, and then how Subnet 16 came to be, and the kind of inception of the idea around BitAds, and then we can get into all of the details.
Sure, sure. So yeah, thank you for having us here. I can cover that real quick for both of us, maybe. So we are both coming from Romania. Uh, I was involved in trading since 2016, I guess, 2017, and then when we discovered BitTensor together with Eseck in 2022, we was like, okay, buy and hold is not enough here. We just have to build something because Bittensor is the hottest place to come with your startup idea and play here. Yeah, so this is how we start as a validator in the beginning, and now we are dancing with BitAds.
Awesome. Eseck, you want to give us a
Yeah.
brief intro?
No, in terms of what I've did in the past, is like I've been involved in computer science since many years ago. I worked at IBM and ING Hubs, so I have like a technical background to start with. And we are working right now on BitAds since I think it was December 2023 when we came up with the idea of BitAds.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the first iteration of the idea.
Yeah. Awesome.
2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, we can get into all of the details in a moment, but you guys created the first tensor validator, I believe, and then obviously came up with the idea for BitAds. So
Yes.
can you talk me through that process, because you were obviously wanting to be a validator first and foremost, and then you thought, okay, let's create a subnet as well, or how did that process evolve, and what was the decision making framework between being a validator first and foremost and then wanting to create a subnet as well?
Yeah, so in the beginning we just had the community with us. Yeah, I think we've created an account. I think it was called Bittensor News or whatever, and we just posted there, and we were thinking like, okay, we have this community in the back, let's try and see if we can raise enough TAO to actually make a validator, because at that point, I'm not sure if I remember correctly, but you had to have like 2000 TAO to like be able to run a validator at that point. We didn't had those TAO by ourselves, but with the help of the community, we managed to raise it, and this is how the first tensor validator came to life, the idea of it. Yeah, awesome. And from that point, we ran the validator, and later on, when the subnet idea came, we started to build.
Amazing. So you mentioned the creation of BitAds back in December 23. Can you talk us through the journey of the lifetime of the subnet over the past couple years? Because I believe it originally started as BitAds, it then changed to BitCoop, and now there's a process of relaunching it as BitAds. And I'm not intimately familiar with all the details. I've seen a little bit of the story, but maybe you can speak to the journey of
I can do that. It was a long story with BitAds, because 2 years ago we started by rewarding the miners, incentivizing them to come with traffic, like views, clicks, and stuff. And we have to switch that because they could have manipulated so bad a system in that time, because you can come with traffic from bots or even from real humans that you pay humans to click this and that, and yeah, that was a bad approach. And then we switched to the new mechanism where we incentivize them to bring actual sales. So no traffic anymore, but sales. But even at that stage, there was an issue with scaling our subnet because we couldn't split the emission between the BitAds campaigns, which made the miners' task so difficult. Because imagine 1,000 campaigns running on BitAds. So the miners had to actually promote thousands of products, but they can actually choose only 2 or 3 of them and still make rewards. So in this case, you let the other 99% of the campaigns with no results.
They could have just pick up the easiest ones to promote at that point.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So at that point, we stepped back. We let the other team build something else here. This is how Bitcoin started.
When you say the other team, you mean you had hired some people that were then going to kind of change the approach and the incentive mechanism?
We've basically sold the subnet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it was May. Yeah, and we sold it to Casian in Romanian. Yeah. And I think it was #tensor, the name of the
subnet.
Yeah, they did some stuff there, but I guess it couldn't work, and that's why we're here.
Yeah, we are here especially because of the new subnets update on Bittensor. Because when that update comes into the network, that made our job easier, because we are finally able to split the emission between the campaigns. And in that moment, we was like, okay, we need a campaign subnet slot, not 16, not the subnet 16 mandatory, but when we saw Bitcoop team having some issues with their scaling because of the TLS thing and stuff, we contacted Cosmin and we talked with him and team up together and started BitAds again, because it's very big in our vision now, because it can work compared to the beginning.
Yeah. So we'll get into the subnets and the details in a moment, but maybe just taking a step back, could one of you just explain in very simple terms what is BitAds? What is the goal? Who are the miners?
Yeah, I can do that.
What the incentive mechanism is, and then who are the end customers who are going to be seeking, in your case, conversions and sales from the subnet.
Yeah, sure. I can do that. Sorry, Eseck, I will let you speak later. Yeah. Okay, so I will start with the goal. So imagine the entire marketing sector, the $1 trillion marketing sector, as a single network, a decentralized one, where everyone can join and participate, being incentivized, and everything happening on this network, like all the marketing stuff, being driven by its native token of the network, which is Alpha in our case. So the Alpha tokens are basically representing the bandwidth of this network, of this advertising network. So what we do here, it's not us, but the network, because it's a decentralized network. So everyone can do what we are doing. This is what I especially like on BitAds, because the subnet owner is not the only one that can make revenue here, but everyone can own enough marketing bandwidth to run their business here and make revenue. So we convert marketing budget into an asset. So instead of paying for marketing, you just convert your marketing budget into BitAds tokens, and in this way, all the marketers, aka miners, will get incentivized to promote your products and bring you sales.
Okay. So a couple of follow-on questions from that. If the businesses who are seeking sales and conversions, they have to effectively create marketing bandwidth by purchasing the Alpha token. is that a bit of a barrier to entry when you have to maybe explain the process of alpha tokens and how that works? Or on the customer facing side, are you going to be, removing any of the verbiage or technical information about TAO and just making it very easy for them to allocate budget that gets allocated towards getting conversions and sales?
We can also do that. We can make the process easier so the customers will actually don't have to know nothing about TAO and bandwidth and stuff, because there are two ways of business models that you can run on BitAds. Yeah, the first one is you buy alpha tokens, enough alpha so you can run your own campaign there, or we as a subnet owner or another participant, we can use our subnet tokens, our bandwidth, to to rent our campaign slot. And what we can do, let's say you have a product to sell and you don't need alpha, you don't want to get involved with any crypto and stuff, but what can I do here? It's I will give my subnet, my campaign slot for you, and you will have to pay me for each sale I will bring you. That makes sense?
It's like a commission, basically.
But no upfront costs. There will not be upfront costs.
You will pay only for a successful conversion, a successful sale.
Yeah. Yes.
You'll not pay for views, impressions, clicks, because those can be faked very easily by miners.
Okay.
But a sale is a sale in the end.
Yeah, totally understandable. If a sale is made and you're doing that on a conversion by conversion / commission basis, is the customer or the business agreeing to a predefined commission percentage, or does that have to transpire after the sales are made, that you needed to spend X amount of dollars to get that conversion, and that's a fixed rate that the business pays? How does that component work?
We haven't thought of it right now, but it can be customizable by like, for example, if shoots come, maybe we can give them like a nice discount because they are from Bittensor ecosystem, for example. If another client from outside Bittensor comes, maybe the commission will be higher. Or it can also depend on the product, how easily it is for miners to sell it or not in this case. Yeah, but it should be a nice commission for us, and it should be like a good commission for them also.
Yeah, that's on the campaign owner. Actually, you can make different deals.
Okay. So I guess this maybe is a nice segue into the pixel component, and I know you guys shared some good posts and insights about the pixel. I'm just sharing it on my screen here. And anyone who's watching obviously can go ahead and check out BitAds on X, but break down the pixel, because I guess the pixel is at the heart of everything that's happening here, because the pixel is what's verifying conversions. It is what is ensuring that legitimate sales are actually being made, and it allows you to attribute those sales to individual specific miners who are pushing those conversions. So yeah, could you guys maybe break down what's unique about the pixel and how it works?
Yeah, I can do that. So basically, in the first iteration of BitAds, we had like we had to have an application or a plugin for each platform that we were integrated. So basically, we had an app on the Shopify store that allowed us to track the sales. And this was an issue because of the scalability. We needed to have one application for each platform and also maintain it, also respect the rules there. And this was time consuming. Also develop it. And we thought that why not create a business system like the one that Google Ads and Facebook Ads and a lot more of other competitors are using. So this was the main reason, because with a pixel is just a code, that you add to your website. It can be easily added. It takes just a couple of minutes, and that's it. at this point you're good to go, and the pixel will track the activity of the visitor. It can track the miner who did the ad, and through the ad the potential customer came, and using it we can like link the visitor, the miner, and the purchase through the Stripe Connect, because what we are doing is like we are getting the data from the pixel and we are putting it into the Stripe using the Stripe Connect. And this is how it works basically.
Okay. So the main difference here, and I'm using Bitcast as maybe a comparison because I'm mining on Bitcast, for example, where Bitcast is used to create campaigns where an advertiser or a business will allocate budget marketing to get attention. And what you're mainly, the Bitcast briefs is you're getting attention in the form of views and engagement from people to that brand. And I understand that it's possible to game that, but Bitcast themselves are also doing certain things under the hood to rectify, bots, etc. But the main difference here is that you guys are ultimately optimizing for conversions and sale events. So is that fair as a summary? And then I have a couple of questions on the business side of things, but is that basically a fair summary, first and foremost?
Yeah, the idea is that we did this in the past and we know how the bots will affect this. It's I mean I don't want to talk bad about them, but in my point of view, it's very easily to game that incentive mechanism there, because it's very easy to just go use the service and just buy likes, comments, shares, or whatever on Twitter or on YouTube, or it's very hard to counter that. When we had in 2024, I'm not sure if it was June or July, we had like a 30,000 bill from AWS because we were trying to stop the bots from entering our website when we had the incentive for views and clicks and whatever, and it wasn't manageable at that point. And in my point of view, that system can be gamed very easily.
It's not just a point of view, it's just the fact that we've been there and we've dealt with it. What the miners did in the past was like paying real humans to do that tasks. Just click there, and this is how you couldn't identify who is real and who is not.
At what point we had to activate CAPTCHA when visiting the link in order to be sure that the people in the back are not bots. So what the miners did, they've used some microservices websites from I don't know, Africa or Asia or whatever, where they were paying people a few cents to just do a small job, like visit this website, complete the CAPTCHA, click there, and just exit. And at that point, the AWS, it couldn't work because it saw those visitors as real, because they were real. They were real people from Africa or Asia or and it's the system is gameable in my point of view.
I understand. You need to, but I think Bitcast have done a lot of things over the past few months to tighten that up. But I understand you've been there and you've experimented with that. Just jumping over then to understand the campaign side of things. So if a customer of BitAds wants to create a campaign, like you said, they will allocate some kind of marketing bandwidth, and there's kind of two ways you said they can do that. They can purchase Alpha, or you could kind of do that on their behalf and they just allocate a certain amount of budget. From there, is the bandwidth or the budget that they allocate, exactly equal to what the miners can earn for that specific campaign, and then can you talk to the intricacies of that process and miners competing for sales, or is it just that if miners can get as many sales as possible, the customer or the campaign owner is going to be happy to just keep paying the commission?
Okay, so basically there are two ways to create a campaign. It's either by holding enough alpha on Subnet 16, and you can create the campaign for free. You don't pay a commission. And the second one is commission based, where you just come to us, we will give you the bandwidth, but you don't have to know what TAO is, what alpha is, or what Bittensor is at that point. It will be just commission based, and through this you will get the sales that you need and you will pay us a commission. Let's say we have two campaigns at this point, and we can actually set the weights on each campaign. We can split it. For example, let's say the miners are incentivized with 100 TAO per day to promote the campaigns. We can have the campaign A having 10% of it, and the campaign B having 90% of it. So we can split the emission and split the miner rewards at that point. So the miners are more incentivized to promote the campaign B at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are the most ideal miners? I'm guessing it might be a little bit different compared to version 1 of BitAds, because version 1 is geared towards people who can get engagement and attention, whereas this new version is more driven towards conversions. Obviously, anyone could technically be a miner, but people who have a large audience or who are able to tap into existing networks where they can drive sales are going to benefit. But who do you guys see as the most ideal people or businesses who are actually miners?
The one that can sell the most.
Yeah.
Because the main metric here are based on sales.
Yeah.
So if you as a miner can sell more than the other 100 miners, you will get the most of the reward.
But basically here we don't need, for example, 256 unique miners. We could do very well if we will have 50 good miners here that are really good at what they are doing, and they understand the product, they understand who is their audience at that point, and they have to be good in order to lower their costs. Like running an ad or running a campaign on Facebook or on Instagram or whatever they will try to promote.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Go on.
No, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
And also it could be marketing agencies. It doesn't have to be one single person behind the miner. It can also be a team. At that point. That's why we don't need 256 miners at this point, and we could do very well with a few.
Yeah. So a miner could be someone who has a YouTube channel and a large audience that they could push a campaign around to drive organic sales. Or a miner could be someone who is who's very skilled at running very profitable Google ads for a campaign, and they can drive conversions there. Okay, so there's a broad scope, I guess, of who a miner could be, and as long as they can drive sales, that's the primary metric.
Yeah, the difference here is that the miner will have to be, let's say, active, because if the miner won't work here, he will have to create an ad, go there, check it, try different methods and stuff. It's not like on the other subnets where you just go run a model, run something that's automatically done, and just go to sleep, and that's it. You will just leave it there. You will just be sure that the server is running, and that's it. Here it's a bit different.
It's a daily job, let's say.
Yeah.
They need to be actively getting conversions and sale events.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Who are the customers? Who do you think or envisage being the first few customers here who are going to want to pay for this service? Maybe there's service-based businesses, maybe there's product-based businesses, maybe there's a mix. Have you guys got anything in the pipeline, or what do you see as the ideal type of customer for sales and for testing this?
We can also bring products or business, or how do you call the other type? The subscription thing. No, product or services with a subscription.
Yeah, you can sell digital products, physical products, or subscription-based products. Let's say, basically, for example, we used a lot in our examples, Chutes, or Lium for the GPU renting, and they are based on this technically. And if they will want to work with us, we can integrate it very quickly, as long as they are using Stripe. From what I know, they are using Stripe, both of them. But yeah, it can be easily integrated with BitAds, and just
so anyone having a product or services and are looking to increase their return of investment, I would say, because there will be no upfront costs and there will be no costs if you own marketing bandwidth. So it's a win from the start, in my vision. When BitAds will reach the point where the miners are efficient enough, let's say, you will win 100% compared to any other traditional platforms, even with the affiliates one. Because we are not even in competition with Google Ads, Meta, or your ads can run everywhere. The miners can run your campaign on all the platforms.
So is the goal or the value proposition of BitAds that you, I don't know if promise is the correct word, but you're almost promising to be able to have more cost-effective conversions compared to if the brand was just to go and do an affiliate marketing campaign elsewhere or use Google ads or Facebook ads directly themselves? Is there a way that you can prove the cost saving or the profit benefit?
Yeah, 100%. Because imagine you have a product, you come at BitAds, and you choose to pay me for each sale I will provide you. Yeah, but no upfront costs. So your risk will be zero. So
yeah,
you can't do that in any other platform today.
You can compare it in the end. You can just run a campaign here, and you can just do it yourself on whatever platform you would like. Yeah, and try to see how much money you will spend. Yeah, getting 10 sales. Yeah, so let's say you come to BitAds. Yeah, you get 10 sales, and you'll pay a commission on each. And then you can try by yourself to just do the same thing and try to get 10 sales out of Facebook. Yeah, or even better, you can go to a marketing company, pay them a nice commission. Yeah, because they will run the ads for you. They will do all the good stuff. And beside of this, you will also pay for the ads, because you will actually pay the ads. They will do the job, and they will get paid for it. And just try to compare how much money you will pay using BitAds or doing the advertisement on your own, or hiring someone to do it. And at that point, you can easily compare.
Okay, so that's great. Yeah, Albert, go ahead.
Let me add something here, because if you ask me, the correct way to compare BitAds with the traditional way, the traditional marketing way, is like this. Imagine me promoting your product, me I am a advertising agency. Yeah, you call me to sell your product, to promote it, but outside of BitAds. So nothing with BitAds here. You call me, we make the deal. I will promote your product. I will come with some return of investment statistics. Yeah. Then we have to compare with the same agency promoting your product, but as a BitAds miner. So I can come up with the same results, but your costs will be much smaller because you have no upfront costs, or maybe you have no cost at all if you have some marketing bandwidth allocated to your campaign.
Yeah, to like create a campaign for free.
Exactly.
The marketing bandwidth is an upfront cost, though, is it not? A small upfront cost?
It depends how you look at it, because if you compare with the traditional costs where you spend the money actually, so you have no money left, you spend it, spend them, yeah, and you compare with converting them, yes, there can be a fluctuation in price, so you can have less or maybe more at the end, because you can convert back the bandwidth into fiat, let's say.
And the bandwidth is locked for the duration of the campaign, is that correct? And then only after the campaign ends, I would be able to convert it back to fiat.
That's the main idea, yes, but we can't do that in a proper way because
we cannot do it right now. There isn't a mechanism to lock alpha or anything like this. I think Hippius are doing something
with H alpha. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a bridge from what I know, and we are looking into it and see if we can use it on our subnet.
Okay. Yeah. So just as an example, if I came today and I was able to, if I had a product, let's say I have a supplement, a protein supplement product, I could lock $2,000 of marketing bandwidth into the BitAds Subnet Alpha token. And that means that I would give you criteria, for my product, and the miners would be able to start effectively going out and promoting that product. And I would set up the pixel, and miners would basically just start trying to drive as many sales as possible based on the allocation that I do for that that subnet token bandwidth that I've just allocated.
Exactly.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. What you have to technically do is like add a BitAds pixel and connect to your Stripe account using the Stripe Connect, and that's it.
Yeah.
Both of these things are like, it takes like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Totally understand. Awesome. So what is the blocker for you getting a whole bunch of customers right now? Because I'm guessing if it's no upfront cost, and yes, they have to lock marketing bandwidth, it seems like a pretty good proposition for you to be inundated almost with customers potentially.
To be honest, the barrier is just to be live. We need to be live first.
Yeah, we are still working on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe that's a good segue into the roadmap and the phased approach that you guys have outlined. So could you maybe talk us through that, and what does that path to going live look like?
Yeah, sure. So there will be 3 phases, let's say. In the first one, we will run our own campaign to test everything, so we can be sure that the game will not be manipulated and stuff. Then in the second phase, we are planning to onboard some people from the Bittensor community, let's say, like Choose again, or someone else, or maybe you, if you have a store or something. We will provide the marketing bandwidth necessary for that, so we will not ask for alpha in that phase, so people can see results and stuff. And then from the phase 3, all the campaigns will be based on marketing bandwidth, aka alpha tokens.
Basically, the more you own, the more you will incentivize the people, and you'll have to like be a top holder of alpha to actually be able to create a campaign.
Okay.
Exactly, because that's another important aspect here, is that we cannot run more than 2 campaigns at the moment because of the Bittensor code, which allowed us now only to run 2 campaigns because of the incentive mechanism, because of the 2 subnets. But if we prove that BitAds are making some good moves here, we talked with Const, and he said that we can increase that slots.
Okay, so maybe you can explain the subnet component there, because what you're saying is there's a limitation on the number of campaigns you can run because of the subnet architecture at this moment in time, but it is possible that will expand. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, a subnet is like a single subnet. Yeah. And currently there are like 2 slots per subnet, so you can like split the incentive in 2 ways, and you can like control how much incentive goes to one slot and how much goes to the other one.
Yeah.
You could also run a single slot. Yeah, most of the subnets right now are running a single slot. I'm not aware of a subnet that uses them both at the moment. Yeah. So yeah, because we really want to have one campaign on one slot, because we will know how much value each miner will bring into that campaign, and we can use our burn mechanism to actually burn or not burn the incentive if the miners are not performing well. What I want to say with this is, like, if the value the miners are producing is worth $100, yeah, the incentive will be $100 or even less, in order to make them be more competitive, more good at what they are doing. If the value they are bringing is, let's say, 0, for instance, the incentive will go to 0 at that point. It will always be based on the value that they are creating, that they are bringing, in order to help the alpha price. Yeah, the burn mechanism is good because it helps the alpha price. And I
this
think
will also avoid, sorry to interrupt you, this will also avoid the scenario where miners can manipulate the game by buying their own products, because if there will be no miners today, let's say, and the rewards are $1,000, a miner what he can do is like to buy a product with $50 and get $1,000 as a reward. So we have to stop that also.
Okay. What does that timeline look like for the phased approach, Albert, that you outlined? Getting it live and then doing that first test yourself. Is that something
hopefully,
you're?
Yeah, sorry. So hopefully we'll be live in maybe maximum 2 weeks, I hope, and then until the final phase, let's say 2 months, because we have to count some statistics for campaigns.
Yeah, we have to launch, we have to test. It will take some time, and it's better to have some more time here. Yeah, to test things out, because bad things can happen, and it's we don't want to say that it will be live on I don't know, 1st of January. But we will try to do it in the next 2 months, like to reach phase 3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. In terms of the integrations, you mentioned Stripe being pretty important. I mean, so much of the payment processing across the internet is done with Stripe. And I mean, it probably does cover your bases in 80% of situations, but is there any other key integrations that you're looking to do on a technical level? Maybe it's other payment processors, maybe there's other opportunities there, or what else is on the roadmap on that front?
PayPal is also on the list. Yeah, we haven't tried to test it out. Yeah, because we need some things on the API side, and for example, Stripe was very easy to work with, very easy to contact them, to ask them questions, to make it all work out. Yeah, we haven't tried it on PayPal, but PayPal is also very used. Yeah, and at this point, I think maybe checkout.com, it could be a solution. But at this point, only Stripe covers like 45 or 50% of the US side, so it's very big at this point. So I think it will be good to start with Stripe at this point. I think we won't have any issues.
Yeah. Okay. I know it's difficult maybe to give an answer to this question, but with regards to, let's say, fraud chargebacks that people might make on payment processors like Stripe after they purchase a product, and maybe some of this is what you're going to have to work out in the first couple months here. Is there
We've been there
mechanisms
already.
Pardon? You're already
Yeah.
working on it. Yeah, I mean,
No, we've been there actually with
Yeah.
the last version of BitAds.
So I guess, yeah, how are you kind of mitigating against that? Because the emissions flow from TAO was happening almost in real time for, let's say, miners who are earning rewards. But chargebacks could happen in some cases, maybe up to 7 or 14 days after a product is purchased. What does that solution look like?
So I can go with it. Yeah. So basically, we have like a 14 or 30 days before a sale is actually a sale. Let's say they will get a small incentive for it at the beginning, at least, just to prevent a cold start here. Yeah. But after the cold start will end, we'll have probably in the beginning it will be 14 days, but we will try to move it to 30 days in the end. So this is to make sure that refunds are not possible. Yeah. And for chargebacks, and also using Stripe, we can also track refunds and we can also track chargebacks. So it's very easy for us to see it, and it's very easy for us to let's say punish a miner who gets like a lot of refunds or a lot of chargebacks. It's like, okay, you've got 3 refunds in a short period. The next 3 sales that you will bring won't be counted as sales based on the amount. So we can just use this mechanism very easily to prevent refunds or chargebacks or
Understood. Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you guys are going to have a busy couple of months ahead to get all this live and start testing the 3 phases of the roadmap. What else do you want to touch on? Is there anything that we haven't dived into that you'd like to communicate to anyone watching here before we wrap up today?
I'm not sure. Probably the people are interested in I don't know, revenue or things like that. Buybacks, burns. So if you want,
you can touch on that, please, because it seems very risk-free from the business side. Like you said, there's no upfront cost, but they're going to pay commissions on a per sale, per commission basis. Maybe you can touch on other revenue streams, if any, and or buyback and burns.
Basically, that's why the first phase will have our own campaign where we will sell our own products there, and the profit that we will make, it will be used to buy back our alpha token. We won't use the burn. So we won't burn the alpha. We will just buy back it, and we will keep it as marketing bandwidth because we need it at that point. So I know that other subnets are like buying back and burn it. We won't do the burn part for us.
Okay. You will buy back to almost build like an internal treasury of your own Subnet Alpha token over time.
Yeah. Something like this.
To actually use the tokens as bandwidth to make multiple campaigns on the network, because the more bandwidth we have, the more potential revenue will be for us, but also for the others. This is what I really like on BitAds, because it's not just us that can make revenue, but everyone can run a campaign. If you have enough bandwidth, let's say, you can run your marketing agency as a campaign on BitAds.
What does enough bandwidth look like to begin with? Like in dollar denominated terms, would it mean having $5,000, $10,000, $100,000 worth of alpha to be ensuring?
It depends on how much people will bid for that campaign slots, because we can't have 100 slots from the beginning because of the incentive. You cannot split the incentive to 100 campaigns if you have just $1,000 incentive. So we'll have 2, 3, 5 campaigns going to 10, while the network will increase in value.
It also depends on the TAO price.
Exactly. Yeah.
And also on it depends on the emission at first, and it also depends on the TAO price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what we will do here to boost actually the network growth, let's say, in the beginning we are planning to hire multiple marketing agencies, and what they will do, they will work as our miners.
Mm-hmm.
So we will increase the miners competition from the beginning, and we will actually invest in this until we reach the point where the other miners are better than ours.
Yeah.
It's like to try and bring good people and good teams here as miners. Yeah, because on a daily basis you won't see this like coming up on your screen and like, okay, this is like a new thing. Let's start to mine here on Bittensor on Subnet 16. Yeah, it will be much easier to bring them in this way, and for them to learn. And
yeah, for sure. The network effects of having agencies running will be very beneficial for the people who are also paying for the campaigns. So that makes a lot
exactly
of sense.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the miners here, all the efficiency, all the return of investment metrics and stuff, all coming from them. So we have to push the miner skills as much as we can.
Yeah. You're currently getting about 0.5% of TAO emissions right now with BitAds. Obviously, as you roll out the phases in the next few months, and maybe you have a bit of a positive flywheel running, that should increase. Or is there anything else that you are doing to actively increase the emissions that the subnet is earning? Or you just think that all of the emissions that you're going to earn will be a byproduct of getting live and getting all those first campaigns running?
I think everything in 2025, it's about marketing. You can have a good product, with the marketing side being like very bad, and you can have a mediocre product with good marketing, and you'll do well. What we will do and what we are doing is like we are just giving the community updates on what we are doing. We are explaining them what BitAds is and what the potential of it. And if we are looking at the chart, because people like to look at the chart and the price, we've doubled our price in the last 2 weeks when we first made the announcement, and we aren't even live at this point. So we are just developing at the moment. We are just giving 2 or 3 updates each week, and people are already started to buy our alpha token based on what we've shared until now.
Maybe we can incentivize the miners to sell a $2 book which called BitAds, the Marketing Revolution.
Yeah,
it can be a solution. I'm not sure if there is a book about this.
No, I can write it tonight.
Exactly. More work on your plate, Albert. Amazing. Well, look, I really appreciate both of you coming on to have a conversation. I know you're going to have a busy couple of months, but maybe we can do a follow-up in January or February after everything is live, and we can
100%. I can't wait for that.
On progress and how things are moving. So I'll be keeping an eye on everything that you're doing. And like I said, anyone who's watching, go ahead and follow Eseck and Albert on X and follow BitAds. You have been pretty good about giving good communication and updates from what I've seen over the past few weeks. So I think a lot of people and investors in the ecosystem, they appreciate good flow of communication. So I think if you guys can keep doing that and keep the community updated on the progress, that will go a long way as well. So appreciate the time, guys. Thank you so much. And we will, we'll definitely do a follow-up once you're live.